What's up, guys? It's Michael with Massius Trading, and welcome to another episode of Scalping the Future. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Massius Trading, where we are scalping the future. Today, I thought we'd do a little bit of an overview on NinjaTrader8. As you can see here, we have the initial window that comes up. You'll start off with a SIM 101 account. You'll start out with a $100,000 cash value. And as you can see, you can add and subtract a bunch of these different sections to your preference. But if you go up into new, you can go ahead and do a basic entry. A lot of this is just a bunch of noise when I do my trading. I do the Superdome in static, which, as you can see here, you got your price, you get your buy and your sell. If you're going to do long, you're going to want to be in the buy, and if you're going to want to short, you're going to want to be in the sell. These numbers in the buy and sell section are what I like to call phantom orders, because you can't really depend on them, but they are pending orders at the specific price waiting to be filled. You can select a market to do a market order, but you should expect around one tick of slippage. Sometimes you'll get spot on, but you should expect one tick of slippage. If I scroll down here, you've got your instruments you can change to, your accounts that you can switch to if you want to switch to a SIM account or if you want to go to your live account, the type of trading, the quantity. If you're in the middle of a trade, this is a pretty cool option. You can reverse the trade if it's going against you and you feel like you want to accept the loss that is already played on and it feels like it's going to continue going against you. You can actually profit but just simply by reversing. Or you can flat out close the trade out altogether. You have a couple different options in the P&L. When you're in the trade, you can select between points, pips, ticks, the dollar amount. You can actually have it say whatever you specifically want. In the middle of your trade, it'll go red if it's against you, green if it's positive, obviously. But what my favorite is here is the ATM Strategy. Now, it'll start out with none, but you can add in different strategies and create your own. So if I went into custom here, you can set your specific order quantity, what your parameter is. Obviously with the ES, we're going to go with ticks. I don't change the different types of orders. If we start with one contract, let's say you put your stop loss at 3 points or 4 points. The entry you're going to put in here is based off of ticks. Your profit, do 1 point. Then you're allowed to save as template, and it will then be a specific strategy you can sort through from the list that you've created. They also have the option of a stop strategy. You can do custom and profit trigger. You have auto trail and a simulated stop. I like the profit trigger because if I'm trying to go to 4 ticks or 1 point and I've reached 2 ticks, then I want my stop loss to go 1 tick above my entry. Now, if the trade reverses and it goes against the grain and not going to reach my profit target, as soon as it touches 1 tick above my entry, it will fill my order and I'll accept a 1 tick profit, minus fees and commissions, of course. So that's pretty cool. Here you have chart, depth chart, FX board. If you like to look at the level 2, specific to the news, I'll do a regular chart here based on the ES and your parameters. You can change from your minutes, your ticks, your volume range, larger charts by day, week, month, and year. I like to go off of the minute chart and I like the 1 minute or the 5 minute. Then you have a ton of different indicators. Huge list of indicators to choose from. Now, there are some indicators in this list that you're only granted access to, of which are all of the order flow, if you have the lifetime license of NinjaTrader. You have your VWAP, you have your volume profile, cumulative delta, trade detector, and market depth map. I like the VWAP, as a lot of people trade off the VWAP. But what more importantly I like to focus on is the volume profile. If I add these to the chart, volume profile, if you don't know, shows more of a, instead of an up and down chart like you see normally on volume, you have it on the side. And this gives you the volume for that given price. You have your dark blue, which represents 70% of the volume. You have your light blues, which represents the other 30% of the volume traded so far today at this given time. This orange line is what is called the POC, or point of control. This is where the majority of the volume has been traded so far, and this is where price has been magnetized to, and this is where majority of the consolidation has gone. Now, this is not typical, but a lot of times you'll see price start at the top, shoot downwards, and then revamp back up, staying within this darker blue range. A specific trade you might want to take is you just short from the top of the volume profile with a profit target down to the bottom of the volume profile, or vice versa. Now, that would mean that you'd need price to go 100% of the swing. Not a very profitable trade, but has high potential gains. Something more you might want to be interested in is a 50%. If you have used the Fibonacci tools, the Fibonacci retracement, to find where you would want to exit, your 50% mark would be from 29.42 down to 29.38.82, more like 75 or 39 even, and that would be your profit target, your goal, your range. And take that off the chart there. You also have NinjaTrader. Now, NinjaTrader is essentially the dome, but attached to your chart. You can do your buy market, your buy ask, your buy bid. You still have the reverse and your close. But what I like about this NinjaTrader here is when you enter into a trade, you will have
order filled.
Order is filled here. So now you have your entry here. You have how many ticks has gone in your favor or against you. And when you're ready to exit, you just close. If it's gone against you, you'd hit reverse.
Order filled.
You also have your entry order on the buy was at one contract at 29.32 and a quarter, and we closed it at 29.32 and a quarter. If you click the candles, then right click, go into properties. If you scroll down your plot executions, you have text and markers. That's why you see the arrows as well as the price. If you wanted to only see the markers, now you only see the arrows. If you didn't want to see any of those and you just want to see the candles, do not plot. Now your arrows and your text have disappeared. You have a ton of different drawing tools you can add. If you wanted to add text, if you wanted to draw a line, if you wanted to draw a trend channel, the low of this brings on a second line with the same angle. So you can see it followed this channel, tried to break even higher, magnetize back within the channel, go to the bottom of the channel, and just zigzag back and forth before it exhausted itself and you had the slam down. Quite a few options, a lot of options and tools that other platforms have. I have a ruler, so you can gauge exactly how many ticks a specific candle is. Or if you were to enter at the bottom of this candle and you exit it at the top of this candle, you still see your tick value, but you see also a time frame and exactly how many bars it took on the 5-minute chart of ES. So this is just a brief overview of NinjaTrader. If there are any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to put a comment in the comments section. And remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time with Math ES Trading, where we are scalping the future.